Dfine software. It's a filter that you can add into Photoshop, and right now I have a photo I selected. The purpose of the Nik software is basically to help you reduce noise. So the way that you want to launch Nik is you want to go to your filters, and then here I have Nik right here. I'm going to hit Dfine. It's going to bring up my program. Right here we have different views. You can view your image in just one single screenshot. You can do a split, and what's going to happen here is you're going to see your before and after effects, which I'll show you momentarily. And then you can have a complete split screen where you have your before. This particular one's my working, and this is my after. So what I'm going to do is flip that. You can do it horizontal, you could do it vertical. I like mine horizontal. Okay. And then we're going to go and show you that there's different ways to look at your left and right. We've got your RGB, which they're both in. You can look at your images via the channels, red, green, and blue. You can look at them by luminance and chrominance. And then you can also look at them by the masks that's going to be placed on them as we're working. Okay. And then what we have over here is we have a zoom tool, which you can zoom into a certain area. And if you look down here with this little area, it's called the loop tool. You can move the box. It's going to actually zoom in on a particular area. You can use the hand tool to move around the image, although I think it's easier to just go ahead and move the box into the loop tool, but it's another option if that's your preference. Maybe you just want to move just a teeny tiny bit, and using the box is just a little too difficult. And then you can also change your background, so if you want your background to be different colors, it's visually more aesthetically pleasing, you can do that as well. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're adjusting for noise is you want to either manually or automatically have the computer adjust your noise. So I'm selecting automatic, and I'm going to have it measure the noise. And when it measures the noise, after it analyzes, it's going to put several boxes telling you basically what areas it used to calculate that noise. But let's just say as you go over an area, and now down on the loop view down here, you're going to see the before and after. Let's just say that you're thinking, you know, I just think that we can do a better job analyzing this. So you can go ahead and go back to the method, adjust your selection as manual, select on this little square here, and now you can actually select an area where you would like the system to reevaluate the noise. So let's go ahead and hit measure noise again, and now it's going to take that particular area into consideration, and it looks like it may have adjusted it just a little bit more. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also look for, let's go back to manual, and I want to go ahead and I want to adjust my noise maybe more by selecting a color range. So I'm going to use my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to go ahead and put it right on that area, and you can see in the loop view down here, to go back to it, the before and the after. Okay. Another way that you can do your adjusting is by choosing control points. You can go and add a control point to a particular area. Let's just say we want to do a little bit more adjusting in the background. And this is your color noise mask, is showing you which sliders are doing what as you're adjusting. Okay, let's go back to RGB, and again you can see your before and your after. Now you can either create a new control point and make some adjustments. You can delete it if you don't want it. You just click on it and then hit the delete key. Or you can just duplicate the control point you want. Here we go. Here's a duplicate. Let's move it right here. There you go. So basically you're not making the adjustments. It's exactly the same as what you had. It's just in a different location. Now instead of hitting OK, if you want, you can choose brush when you're finished. and that will go into Photoshop. And in this case, you'll end up with a mask. And what you can do then is you can select the brush tool, which I'm on already, and you can actually brush on the effect as opposed to having it affect the image globally. You can actually be more selective, and you can see how that is working on the mask here. And then another option would be to go right directly to the menu that can show up on your screen, and you can just select a global adjustment. So for example, we could choose select strong noise, and then what we would do is automatically get a mask, and then again you would use your brush tool and then brush on the effect by clearing off the mask from the actual adjustment, and then you can be a little bit more selective. So in review, the Nikdfine offers methods of controlling how much noise reduction is applied and where. It's a plugin that is used for Photoshop or Lightroom. Users can select how they want to adjust the image, either globally and then selecting the OK button when all done, or you can use color ranges, you can do the adjustments through control points, and then if you prefer you can select the brush tool, which will then give you a mask, which will allow you to do the adjustments by using the brush tool, and you can adjust how much you're going to allow for the effect to come through or how little. And then there are the 8 selective effects, which I'm listing here for you, and 4 tools. So thanks for listening. It's been fun.